Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Filipina Life with Mia. I have another video. It's all about the do's and don'ts while dating here in the Philippines. In many ways, dating in the Philippines is just the same as dating anywhere else in the world. However, there are so many cultural differences between the West and the East, and especially Philippines, when it comes to dating. But if you have the chance to date someone, I'm pretty sure that you will choose to date an Asian woman. As we all know, Asian women are the best. Basically, we make the best wives, most caring and feminine. But if things go south, which sometimes it does, even with a Filipina, it can turn out to be a nightmare for the unfortunate ones. So I made a list of the do's and don'ts while dating a Filipina. So first we are going to tackle the do's. The first on my list is respecting the culture. The Philippine culture is quite different from the Western culture. Some things may seem absurd to you, but no matter how little they make sense to you, you have to respect us and our culture. We Filipinos are proud of our culture. If you are dating a Filipina, don't expect her to be like the West. We belong to a different country with a different way of behaving and thinking. And whether you're dating or not, you should always respect it. Also, make yourself familiar with the traditions and cultures we have so you'll have ideas of what to do and what to stay away from. So the second one is do try to be polite. If you're dating for a long-term type of relationship and your girlfriend brought you to her parents' place, you must be polite. Because if you are rude towards her family, that would perceive as not respectful to the family. We Filipinos in general are very polite and non-confrontational people, and we would love to hang around people who are also polite. We also get turned off if you disrespect us or our culture, family, and etc. So be polite and non-confrontational. And you also need to observe her family, how they treat the guest, if their body language is different from what they say. Be careful. Always watch the body language. It's not about what people say, but how they say it. Their body language, their expressions, and so on. Basically, if your gut is telling you something is wrong, it probably is. Be aware of this. It will prevent heartache and loss of your money. Another thing, don't meet the family unless you are very serious about her. As for her, a breakup is much more traumatic if you have met the family, plus she loses face for her family and friends. So, think twice before saying yes to meet the family. So the third one is generosity. In the Philippines, you have the possibility of easily meeting lots of women. Why that is? Well, that's a topic for another video. So some of these women came from impoverished families and are looking for help and really have no desire for you. Others are outright scammers and talking to many and getting money from many guys. Paul called these guys simps. But I don't agree with that. There is a big difference between a scammer who is asking you for money and you being generous to a girl that you liked and she genuinely liked you as well. Now, some of the things you are expected to do if courting a girl are the following. If you take your girlfriend to a restaurant, you are expected to pay the bill. If you travel back to your home country and back here again, you are expected to bring a gift or a balikbayan bags full of goodies, preferably lots of chocolates. As you all know, the Philippines has an exceptionally low standard of living. Even people working full-time jobs can barely afford food on their salary. So, just being generous towards her family will be highly appreciated. But of course, before giving them money or gifts, just make sure that they understand what to expect from you in the future. They might misunderstand and think these gifts will be weekly or monthly ordeal. So make sure you set the terms in a nice and loving way. As an example, let's say you sent a balikbayan box to her family. You might say something like, enjoy the gift, or expect another one for Christmas or Father's Day, or whatever date you want on it, followed by love you all. Anyway, you get the point. So the fourth one is be aware of girls, good and bad. Here in the Philippines, you will meet tons of women. While on the journey to find a good Filipina girl, you will meet many scammers disguised as good girls. You will more than probably date some of them. There are many scammers here in the Philippines, and you can easily spot some of them from the very beginning. If they ask you for money from the start, you must stay away, no matter how tempting she is, and move on to the next one. Scammers have a tendency to use their family just to make sure that you will give them what they want. It might be a heartbreaking story, but you have to make sure and ask her for evidence, or you could even go to her place just to make sure that she's telling the truth and not just fooling around. There are a lot of beautiful and good girls in the Philippines too. You just have to find and maybe date a lot before bumping into one of them. Good girls are sincere and would even ask you for money. If you have a good connection with a girl, you will feel that something is wrong and that she might need your help without her even saying those words. So that is my list of do's when it comes to dating here in the Philippines. Now, we'll tackle next to the don'ts when dating a Filipina. So first off, we got don't assume. When dating a Filipina, don't assume that we are the same as the women from your home country. Dating here in the Philippines is hugely different from where you're from. In the West, girls are independent and can stand on their own, whilst here in the Philippines, women are dependent. We like chivalry. We like a strong man who will protect us. We like a man to open the door for us. Think of us as women were in the West 100 years ago or so. We are more traditional and more feminine in every way. Treat her as a lady and not a friend. Treat her with love and care through your actions. So the second one is do not mislead a Filipino. If you're just dating and not looking for a serious type of relationship, you must tell her up front. So she will not assume that something serious is going to happen between you two. Make her know your true intentions beforehand, and this will help minimize any risk of heartbreaks in the future. Remember, if you are playing with people's hearts, you are playing with fire. It's all nice and dandy till you burn yourself. Remember that Filipinos are very tightly knit families, and hurting one person of the family can mean you hurt the whole family. And you just don't know when a crazy brother or crazy father blows his top and comes for you. So be very careful if you are just fooling around. And the third one is don't give too much information. Giving too much information on your first date can lead to something wrong. When first dating, do not talk about how much money you got or how many cars you have or even your personal stuff about yourself. Too much information can lead to something dangerous. You might date someone who does not have a good intention towards you. When meeting a Filipina online, be cautious but not rude in terms of what you tell her. And then you will see how your romance unfolds. And the last one is do not invest in her name. If you already found the right one and are planning to marry her, don't invest in her name because later on that relationship can go south. There are also interdynamic forces in the family that you might not understand. See this video from Paul's Asian Adventure. I can't say I agree with everything he say in the video, but it gives you an idea of what can go wrong. You could end up losing everything you invested, so don't do it. There's a lot of videos out there warning about this, but sad to say, many still do it and end up losing everything no matter how much they are warned. Why is that, do you think? Comment below. Maybe when you meet someone and think that she is the right one, you might think that, oh, she's different. She will never do that to me, and so on. Well, that's BS. Because she might be hiding her true self and acting like a different person, and then later on, she will just scam you for everything she can. Maybe your whole life savings. You know, I have heard a lot of stories like this on the internet about Filipinos leaving their husbands once they build them a house or invest in a business for them. So that is the end of my video, and I hope that you will find your other half. So anyways, thank you for watching, everyone. Thank you for your continuous support and love my channel. I really appreciate it, y'all. And just want to say, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, as well as please don't forget to subscribe to Paul's Asian Adventure. He has a really good channel. Stay safe and God bless. Bye bye.